Welcome to the More Than Fitness podcast.
What's up, friends? Today's outfit is brought to you by Cocaine Cowboys, which is basically what I am looking like in the moment. I've got a very, and this could be completely off, but I've got a very Narcos vibe that I'm feeling right now with my white button-down linen beach shirt, my gold watch, some shades, some sunnies. But yeah, whenever I saw this outfit, I was like, I look like I am a cocaine smuggler. However, drugs are not the reason why I'm wearing this, believe it or not. I'm wearing this. Well, one, I just recently got this shirt because I'm about to go to the beach. And the Minisode topic of the day is vacation. So I thought, why not debut this shirt that I just got on this Minisode where I will be talking about vacation. So I'm thinking about keeping the sunglasses on. We'll see. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Minisode number 44 on the More Than Fitness podcast. This is Matt McLeod, your host. That's pretty good, wasn't it? That's pretty quick. But today's topic is how to be less fat while on vacation. And I figured, okay, I've got to take the sunglasses have to come off, at least for right now. These are just like random sunnies. These aren't even this isn't even my good shit that I've got on, but either way, I'm feeling good. But yeah, today's topic is on vacation. And like I said, I'm about to go on vacation. I have plenty of clients who are about to be going on vacation. Now that coronavirus has eased up a little bit, whether your thoughts that I'm a dumbass for going on vacation or not, it's all good. It's all good. We are taking precautions and we are still going to enjoy our summer as a family. It's a family vacay. We had it planned a long time ago, so we're going to continue doing it. But I have other clients who are still going on vacation, and I have tons of tips and advice that I thought would be helpful to them that I've given to them over the years. I've used myself, and now I want to pass it along to you all. So, as for general advice about how to be less fat on vacation, brings me to my first point. And the reason why I made this title, How to Be Less Fat on Vacation, because you're adults. You can do whatever you want on vacation. You can eat however you want. You can work out as much or as little as you prefer. So the first tip that I have is know thyself, right? If you don't want to stay on track while on vacation, more power to you. I think that's just fine and dandy, right? It could be a week long, you're kicking back, you're relaxing, you're not doing anything too crazy, hopefully, but a week off from your normal regiment isn't going to be too harmful. Now, most of you have probably been doing the bare minimum as of late because of coronavirus and doing home workouts and things like that. So maybe you're going to feel better if you do work out while on vacation. So, and I've had clients before that whenever they don't track their food and whenever they try to be lackadaisical, whenever they're on vacation, they actually have more stress than if they were just to track calories or something, or at least to put in some foods into MyFitnessPal, right? So know thyself. Know that if you want to track. If you don't want to track, don't feel bad for not tracking. Whatever you do, commit to it and don't feel guilty either way. So that's the first thing. The second thing, focus on the fun. This one's key. So focus on the fun, focus on the experience, right? You're on vacation. It's time to relax a little bit, right? It's not a time to stress about how you look or how much you're eating. You go on vacation to enjoy yourself, so definitely just enjoy it. Soak up the entire experience. And also, if you want a nice little physiological perk to this, the less you stress, the less likely you will be to gain some water weight, add some water weight, possibly increase some fat gain while on this trip. If you're in a vicious cycle of eating a lot and then feeling guilty about it and then doing the same thing the next day, it's like, again, whatever you choose, just commit to it. Stick to it, and you'll be better off for it. But focus on the vacation, not on your physique or your diet. All right, and the next point, it brings me to control what you can control and don't stress the rest. This goes back to my first point about a week off from the gym or a week off your diet or something like that, it's not going to hurt you that much. But I think whenever people on vacation, they're stuck. What you don't want to be is stuck in the middle between committed and not committed, right? It's like pick where you are on that spectrum of how much you want to control, and then stick with it, right? And then anything that you can't control, like if you're going out to eat and it's like your food choices are limited or whatever, it's like it is what it is. Enjoy the food that they have, and then just move on to your very next meal. Move on to the very next day. If you can't get in a workout, it's like just figure out what you can do. Do your best. Control what you can control, and don't stress anything else. So. And also I have a note down here on muscle memory. It's like, again, as you guys have probably realized with coronavirus, muscle memory is real. If you've been lucky enough to get back in the gym and start to make a few gains once again, but muscle memory is a real thing, and anything that you may lose, quote unquote, during this week off for vacation or 2 weeks or however long it is, it will come back twice as fast whenever you just get back on track. So yeah, don't stress too much. Next point is don't eat like an asshole. Now, this is especially important if you are in a fat loss phase or you have overall fat loss goals in the long term, even whenever you get back from vacation and possibly before you went on vacation, right? If your goal is fat loss, then yeah, it would probably be a good idea for you not to purposefully eat like an asshole. Only because whenever you get back, you are going to have to shed that. You don't have to, obviously, but your goals are going to align with shedding that weight back off. So the bigger hole that you dig during vacation, it's just more that you're going to have to get out of once vacation is over. So I think it's pretty standard advice, and I think that you can still definitely enjoy yourself, again, as long as you're focusing on the experience and trying not to worry about food too much. I know food is usually a big part of vacation, but try to just focus on the experience, focus on the people you're with, focus on eating good food. Don't just try and eat as much shit as possible, right? That's what this one talks about. Don't eat like an asshole, and purposefully consume copious amounts of food. You're going to have to burn it off later on. So do the minimum effective dose to make you happy. All right. As far as working out while on vacation, the main thing that I tell my clients, if I don't look up the gym for them, because I do that often. If they just give me the address, I can look up gyms and things in the area of where they're staying. And oftentimes, especially with beach gyms, you can sometimes get a day pass for free. You can get a 3-day pass for free, sometimes even a week for free. Or they have some type of weekly guest rate or something at certain gyms. You can get a reduced rate for a weekly pass. So I would 100% make sure that you do all of this research before you arrive at your destination, so that whenever you get there, you have a plan. You don't have to look it up. You don't have to worry about willpower and motivation to actually look up the gym that you need to go to, and it also relieves some stress because whenever you get there, you already know where to go, what their hours are, when they're open, how far away it is from your hotel, et cetera, et cetera. So I would do your gym research before you arrive at your destination, not after you have a few margaritas in your face already. The next one is going to be balance your calories throughout the day. You guys have probably heard me talk about this ad nauseum, but balancing your calories is going to be the simplest tool to somewhat counteract being a complete or to be less fat on this vacation, right? It makes a lot of sense that most people on vacation at nighttime is whenever they're going to go get a big dinner or something like that. So it would make most sense. Like for me, whenever I go to the beach and whenever I'm about to go to the beach, what I plan on doing is probably some type of intermittent fasting in the morning, which isn't that difficult for me anyway. I don't find myself super hungry in the mornings, but if I am hungry, all I'll do is I'll have some type of protein shake. Maybe if I brought some protein shakes with me, I've gone to the grocery store beforehand, gotten a few things, maybe some meat, maybe some cheese or something, some fruit. And that's what I'm going to eat for basically breakfast and lunch for that day. I'll stick with very low fat foods. So it'll be something maybe like a deli sandwich and a lot of fruit and maybe a protein shake. I think that that's going to be that's going to be good choices because it's not going to be a lot of calories. It's going to keep you full. You get a little bit of micronutrients in there from the excuse me, from the fruit, and you're set. And also it's low fat, which also means it's going to be lower calorie overall because fat has 9 calories per gram where carbs and fats only have 4. So if you eat low fat, you're by default probably going to be eating less calories overall. And then at nighttime, I typically enjoy myself, but I only stick with usually 2 meals and like 1 to 2 snacks tops per day. And then one of those meals are going to be the biggest, which is going to be dinner time. But throughout the rest of the day, I try and eat light. I try and skim. I try and just use like hunger buffers is basically what it is. If I'm hungry, I'll snack a little bit and that will hold me over until dinner time comes. And then I enjoy myself. I don't eat like an asshole. And then I just move on. All right. The next one has to do with dinner again, right? Because I said I pretty much enjoy myself at dinner. And if you're trying to be a little bit more meticulous and don't want to go off the rails too much, I would do your best to avoid heavily fried and oily foods. Again, they're going to be very high fat, which means they're going to be calorie dense in the first place. And I know this can be tough, because I love fried foods. I love oily foods. You boys from the South, and it's a staple around here. But whenever I'm on vacation, I will try and make sure that I don't eat way too many of them, or I at least limit my amount of them. And for any clients who are worried about putting on any excess fat, I'm like, hey, just avoid the heavily fried and oily foods. Okay, a couple more here. Super quick. Next one is going to be the obvious. Drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. This is probably just a good idea always, but especially on vacation, whenever you're not in your normal routine of sitting, drinking, working, etc. Just making sure that you always have some water on hand, especially if it's freaking hot as shit outside. It's probably a good idea to keep some water close by. Yeah, probably just a good idea. And the last two, the first one is going to be alcohol. So I would use sugar-free, and of course, this is up to you. Like I said from the beginning, commit to what you want to sacrifice or not sacrifice. But with alcohol, if you want to do the bare minimum damage, I would use sugar-free / diet mixers and avoid fruit juices and sugary drinks. If you're drinking a lot on one day, try to eat lower fat on that day due to excess fat being easier to store as fat. And this goes back to my minisode that I did on alcohol, where it's not necessarily the alcohol that is inherently fattening, it's the foods that we eat in conjunction with the alcohol that we're drinking, which typically ends up being burgers, pizza, whatever we can get our hands on. And those are the foods that really put us over our calorie limit and lead to excess fat gain, as opposed to the alcohol itself. But for me, I would try to limit it to sugar-free / diet mixers and avoid the super sugary drinks, or at least limit them. Okay, and lastly is going to be move your body, right? If you can go to the gym, I think that's great. And I go to the gym on vacation just because, typically, because I don't feel as good whenever I don't, just from like a mental standpoint. Not because I feel like I have to do it, but I just feel better whenever I'm moving, especially if I'm going to eat heavy foods at nighttime. It really helps me to wake up early before people are going down to the beach or we're kind of getting started in our day. And I don't want to ruin the routine of everyone else by saying, oh, I need to go to the gym, which I've been guilty of in the past before. But I just kind of do my own thing. But ideally, I would get up before people, go to the gym, get it over with, and then I can enjoy the rest of my day at the beach with my family, etc. But if you can't go to the beach, try to ride bikes, try to walk places, which typically happens anyways. People just walk a lot on vacation if they're going shopping or they're walking around the beach or something like that. Get your steps in. I think that overall you will just feel better if you choose to also eat a plethora of delicious foods while on vacation. All right. And that is some of my best tips to be less fat on vacation. I hope that helps. I hope you guys travel safely out there. And to end this, I'm going to put my shades on. There we go. Thank you guys, as always, for listening and for watching. See ya.